All right. Whoop. Beast friends
forever. It's me and the triple B. Johnny
right.
P and the triple B.
That's right. What's up, Beasties? It's me. It's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. And I am so excited, guys. I have a special guest, someone who is a big inspiration for me starting this channel. One of my favorite booktubers. He is awesome. You know him as the best pitchman on BookTube, Captain Tingle himself.
Oh, man.
John from Talking Story. How's it going, John?
Oh, man, it is awesome, man. I cannot believe. So thrilled you invited me. So thrilled.
No problem, man. I'm excited. All right, let's see who we got in here. We got Alex is here. What's up, Alex? Chris, what's up?
Chris,
down under.
From down under.
Yeah. We got Britton's here. What's up, Britton? Josh, how's it going? Molly, how's it going?
Ooh, she must be ready for Halloween, man. Molly McCall.
Oh, yeah. She is a author. She actually wrote Dark Bloom here.
Ooh.
It's a book I've been reading. It's a zombie book. It's very good.
I love me some zombie books.
Heck yeah.
The Wizard.
Oh, yeah. He was the first one here. He left me a comment in there at 7:30 sharp. He was ready to rock and roll.
The Wizard is the king, man. Wizard is the king.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's
Alex.
up, buddy? How's it going? Thanks for being here.
This is amazing. He's not watching One Piece.
I know.
He
right?
actually turned One Piece off to be here.
What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Oh, we got BookTube's here.
Brian is here. But
He is here.
Straighten up.
Thanks for
Everybody
being here,
straighten
Brian.
up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Suck
We
it
have
in.
to just straighten up. You know, try and bring some value. Straighten up.
That's right.
Yeah, Andrew does talk to me all day. He makes my days go by, man. He's the best.
Oh, yeah. He is an awesome guy. All right. So, thanks for being here, man.
Oh.
This is awesome. We were chatting a little bit before. I was supposed to get some.
You let me down.
With you, but I let
you
you
let
down.
me down because I love watching you taste the weird stuff. I love watching you taste like Oreo Coke or caramel apple Beetlejuice fan, whatever that was. Yeah. And it's like, look, all right, this is what we're gonna drink. We're gonna get Crown Royal apple, and Sprite. It is like, it is the adult soda fountain beverage. It is amazing. Good. And what did you get? What did you get?
I didn't get anything.
No, so you didn't.
I have black cherry whiskey, Red Stag, if anyone's ever tried it, with some Mountain Dew Zero. My favorite pop used to be. Do you drink Mountain Dew ever?
Yeah. I mean, I have, but it's not what I reach for.
Okay, I used to love. My favorite was Code Red Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah.
Cherry Mountain Dew. But they had a diet one, but they got rid of it, and they've never brought it back. And
They got rid of Code Red?
Well, they have regular Code Red, but I'm getting old. Like I got to drink the zero sugar stuff, man.
Yeah, like Mountain Dew is chock-a-block full of like caffeine.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like it is a little late. You know, a man my age can't do that kind of thing. Right. I would have to get up 27 times at night if I did that.
Oh, that would not be good.
No,
it would not be good. Oh man, Dr. Pepper is good. I agree.
That's
Andrew
my jam.
says Mountain Dew at this time of night. Yes, sir.
See, Andrew knows what I'm talking about.
Oh man. Ooh, voltage. Molly likes the voltage.
Remember Jolt Cola? Is anybody old?
Yes, I remember Jolt.
Yes. I remember I would drive home from LA to San Antonio, Texas, and I just get like a 6-pack of Jolt Cola and like.
Oh yeah, it worked every time.
Oh, it worked.
A little too good, huh?
A little too good. Look at Andrew. I'm a bourbon neat drinker.
I know. I just saw that.
He's
good grief.
He's such a
neat.
Yeah. He's a man. He's a man's man.
Brian wants to know if. Oh man, where'd it go? Here it is. He wants to know if you remember Rondo.
What is Rondo? That must be a Minnesota thing.
Minnesota. Oh man. All right. So, first, most important question that I'll ask.
Oh wow.
Is what are you reading right now?
I'm like halfway through Royal Assassin.
Nice.
By Robin Hobb.
Nice.
So book 2 of the Farseer trilogy, the beginnings of the Realm of the Elderlings, and I read Assassin's Apprentice last month.
Okay.
And I was supposed to read it and like move on.
Yeah.
And like there was no way. Like
no way.
There's no way I'm moving on. So I had to grab book 2, and it's so good, dude. Have
Just
you read
as good. I have the first 3, but I haven't read them. It's on my. I'm trying to get caught up with Sun Eater and Stormlight, and then I'm gonna go into Hobbs. So
yeah. Oh, dude, it's so good. Like
I don't know if I can wait. I feel like and it feels like it's like a fall vibes kind of series too.
You know, it kind of is, because it's like, I mean, I was like, I don't know if it's a fall, but it is a fall read. It's kind of got a little dash of horror to it. Like these things called, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but look out for the things called The Forged. Like they bring a horror vibe for sure.
Oh,
like,
man.
Oh, for sure,
Okay,
for
Forged.
sure. Especially in book 2. Like I just read a chunk of it's like, oh my, that's horrific. It's tragic. The characters are so it is so.
She's so good with
realized.
characters, right?
Well, it's like you feel like these are people you went to school with. Like it's.
I can't wait.
It is special, man. I think you're gonna love it. But that's what I'm reading right now.
Okay, awesome.
What about you?
I am first. I want to say, Jake, thanks for stopping by from
Jake.
Rising. Hold on. There was one thing. This was very nice. Marco said both of us are their favorite new booktubers. Thank you, Marco.
That's so sweet.
Appreciate
That's very nice.
Very nice.
That amazing. Every time I see something like that, I'm like, that's crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know. So I don't know. When you read, do you just focus on one book and you just plow through it? I need to be like that. I'm a dad.
I think it's a grass is greener thing, because I think I should read more than one at a time. Like I don't do audio. Do you do audio at all? Like I can't do it.
I do only like if I'm going on a long drive, or like sometimes if I'm cutting the grass, riding on the mower, I'll do it. But if I'm sitting, I got to be holding the book because I get too distracted.
That's the same. Like
I miss
if I try and do audio, I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? Like 4 pages, I can't.
I know.
So, but I think I could do. Like sometimes I think, I could get this one in if I just did like a chapter a day. And let it go through the month.
Yep.
And then I could focus on the other. But when I get into something, it's hard. Every time I reach for something, like right now, if I reach for a book, I want to reach for
right.
Royal
You want
Assassin.
that one, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I have a little bit of OCD.
I need to get that way, because what I'm doing is I do what you just said. Like I'm like, okay, right now I'm reading Way of Kings, so I have it figured out. Like how many chapters I have to read per day to get done, and then I'm also reading Court of the Mistwraith. I'm trying to do it. It's good. It's really good. I think after I get this first book done, I'm gonna pause and then wait till you guys get to like the second book,
book 2,
and then join up with you guys. But it's really good, really good. And then I just sprinkle in like indie stuff, which I love, and I just pick that up. But then I read a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then the end of the month comes, and I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't finish
it. See, my thing is like I try and do one indie read a month, so I have that on the stack. But it's like once I get into something, it's hard for me. I'm telling you, my this is what it used to be, right? Like I would have company. I was coming home from work and the company's already there. And my wife's hanging out with them and everything. Right before I'd walk in the door, my wife would do this number. She would like take a napkin or something and wad it up and throw it on the floor. And they would take bets of how long it would take me, because I can't, if something's out of place or if I haven't finished something.
Oh no.
I'm that guy. Like I can't.
That creeps into your reading then. So you got to have like, it's got to be order, right?
That's why I can't DNF. Like I love Andrew. It's like he knows what he likes. He knows what he wants. Like he's comfortable in his own skin. It's like, this is not for me right now. I'm just going to put it aside. Like I can't, if I don't
I can't either, man.
I'll lose sleep, man.
I know. Once I start a book, like I got to see it through. I can't DNF it. I know. I do envy him being able to do that.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Oh man. All right, so I'm reading those, and I also wanted. I won't get it to this month, but hopefully soon. I might Demon in White. and Sun Eater. I'm
Oh,
super pumped.
dude.
I know. You already got through that one.
That's like 4 books in one, man.
I can't wait.
That is crazy.
Have you
That
read
is
the?
crazy.
I can't remember. Have you read like the short story collections in between and stuff?
I've read the novellas, but I haven't read all the short stories.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm waiting. I think they're gonna have. I mean, I know I was on the list to do like the special edition.
Yep.
Of
Me
the
too.
novellas, the Andorrata books.
Yep.
And I just got heads up. Hey, you can order yours, and it's like I
Yeah.
figured it out with shipping and everything. It's like
I know. I got it too, and I scrolled down my email. I'm like, oh sweet, and then I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
that's
They look so good, but I don't know.
They do look so good, and I'm so tempted, but I'm thinking.
I feel like eventually those covers will probably be on the regular ones.
Well, I'm wondering if they're just going to do hardcover editions, even with a different cover.
Yeah.
Of the collections, and maybe I'll grab those. So
yeah, I mean the I know, because the covers online that you see for those look so good.
Yeah, but the novellas I just have like little paperback.
Oh yeah. I do too. Oh man,
Yeah.
I got to pay attention.
Shot is saying, Andorita books it's like I figured it out today, and it's like with because shipping is like intense from the UK,
Oh yeah, for sure. It's crazy, man.
I want to do it so bad, but it's like I just don't think I can.
Oh, I know. We got some more people coming in. We got Chris here. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Yeah. You guys know each other well.
He's Chris is hard at work, man, on a not so secret project. So.
Oh man. Yep. Chance is in here. What's up, Chance? Good to see you, man.
Love Chance. What's up, brother?
Oh man. Oh, Novel Insights is in here. Logan, he's awesome.
I don't think I met him.
Yeah, he does a lot more thriller. Thriller books and stuff, but he's got a PhD. He's a doctor. So he's pretty smart.
He knows
he's
what
a pretty funny guy.
He's not one of us. He knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about. Yeah. He actually started this thing recently on his channel that's pretty cool. He calls it Thriller Killer Thriller, something like that. But he like dissects the serial killer or the murderer in a book, and kind of looks at why they might be the way they are and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, man.
I know,
awesome.
Right?
Yeah. I have to check him out. There's so many people to check out.
Yeah, Robin's in here. He's awesome. What's up, buddy?
I know Rob. Yeah, I know.
Yep, Robin's awesome. Oh, I didn't see. I'm sure that wasn't the first thing John said. Throws a napkin on the floor. Where's it at?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm the worst, man.
I think I'm kind of the same way though. Like,
are you? It's like
I am. Like, I have a hard time sitting down to read if like the dishes are all piled up in the sink and like the kitchen's a mess. Like my wife's like, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. It's fine. I'm like, oh, then it's gonna be all crusty and gross.
No, it's like I can't. No, I cannot go to bed if that's. It's like, situations have to be perfect.
Yes.
Like the lamp is on.
Yes.
House
Everything's
is quiet. Everything's done. Crack the book open. Yeah.
Mr. Pooh on your lap.
Most of the time.
He is such an awesome dog. My dream dog, and I was actually talking to Jake about this too. Both of our dream dogs is a pug. So we are living vicariously through you, man.
Ever since my wife and I have got together, we've always had minimum of 2, maximum of 4 dogs, like consistently the whole way. And pug has always been my. I want a pug. I just love,
Oh yeah,
that's my dream dog, man. And I finally talked her into it with getting Mr. Pooh after all these years, and he's been the best dog ever. He's just the best. He's like the best buddy, man. Like, he's just a gremlin. He is a complete minion. He doesn't leave your side. He'll just nap all day if you want to kick back. Like
that's
he
awesome.
is the absolute best, man. He's the absolute best.
He seems so chill, especially when he's helping you with the pick. The thing, and you just lift him up, and he's just like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. He makes sure there are no shenanigans.
Oh yeah, he's keeping things in line. Yeah. We got Heidi in here.
Heidi's the best.
Here. She is awesome.
See, Hanover. Now she's going to get some new series. Heidi kills me.
Oh,
She's always always telling me the best of it. It's like, oh my gosh, Heidi. And she's never wrong.
right.
She never leaves you wrong. Like everything she's ever told me to do, it's like, yeah, that's great. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, yep. Spot on. Spot
Mm-hmm.
on. Oh man. All right. So I've had so many questions always watching. Okay, first thing I want to say though is for real, like thank you for what you do. I remember when you first came on BookTube. Listen up, man. Don't you listen up. Hold on a second.
I don't do anything, dude.
I just gotta say, like, once I found your channel, I loved it, man. And I told you I'm a teacher, so I went back to school for a teacher, and like it was right around COVID time, and I was going to school. I was working all day. I was staying up late at night doing homework. It was just a rough time, and like you got me through a lot of days, man. You just have the passion for reading that you have and how joyful you are. So I just want to say thank you for what you do. You've inspired a lot of us who are subscribers of you to start our own channel. And I think that's really cool.
You're extremely kind. And I'm not doing anything but having a great time.
I know.
Like that's the thing.
Being you,
like,
man.
It's like I was talking to Jacob the other day. And it's like, look, if I knew what we were doing that was working, I'd do more of it. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't. You know, it's like I hang out. I joke around with my kid. I read books that are amazing, and I talk about them. And that's it. Like it's like I've seen so many people do the dark side of BookTube and stuff. Like like I don't have a dark side.
Right.
Like it's just the most fun I've had in so long.
I agree. It's awesome, man. So many awesome people that you meet, and
oh my god,
what a community, you know.
It's completely life changing, right?
It is. I agree.
It is so life changing.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, I look. Some of those videos are great. The dark side, like they really bring up some great points and everything. But I was collecting special editions like back when I was in my 20s and stuff. Like I've been doing this forever, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like it's been my jam. Like forever. It's like book hauls and doing. It's like that's what I would do whether I was here
whether
or
you're
not.
on here or not. Yeah.
So it's for me. It's just a party. Like I'm just having a blast. I mean, for my kid to be his age and have moved down and still want to do something like this with his old man.
That's
like,
so
dude,
awesome, man.
I mean, I'm living the dream, right?
Living the dream. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. You guys are so great together too. You play off each other so well. It's so well done. And that's just natural, right? I mean, it's not like you guys act this out ahead of time or anything.
We're not scripting anything.
No, I say you can tell it's just so natural and it just works, dude.
Yeah, we do not put that much work into anything that happens here. But I mean, you know, like you got your kids, like you get to a point where your kids are kind of your best friends who you hang out with, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was that way for me anyway.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. No, I love hanging out with my kids. Yeah, it's awesome. I love that they're still all kind of homebodies. So like on the weekend, they just want to hang out at home with me, which is cool.
That's the best, right? Jacob was never a party guy or would never, you know.
My kids neither.
Yeah, so same. You know, we had our TV shows or our movies or our stuff. You know, I mean, you know. So now he's engaged, and it's a little harder to pin him down. But
yeah, he's a little busy though.
Yeah, he's a grown ass man. But you know,
he is.
He still wants to do this. So I feel like I'm living the dream.
Heck yeah, dude. His bookshelf's looking pretty good. It's filling in.
It is. It is. I'm so proud of him.
Heck
he's gonna do Frankenstein this month.
I know.
He's gonna be in the discussion with us. It's like
that's a nice copy he's got there.
It's way nicer than mine.
Did he say where he got that from? That's nice.
I think I have no idea.
Did he just find it somewhere, or was it?
Probably Amazon. I guess I have no idea.
That's crazy. That's in really good shape. Like really good looking.
It is really pretty. I know he just ordered the Broken Binding Sun Eater set, the first 3.
Uh-oh. See what Andrew said? You got to throw him a wild bachelor party.
Dude, here's the thing. Like, I know all of his friends, and it's the bachelor party, the rockin' bachelor party is going to consist of Mario Kart, like a 50 order of nuggets. You know, I mean, it's going to be...
Dude, sign me up. That sounds good.
Yeah, I might actually get invited. That's how tame it's going to be.
You might be able to go.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's probably gonna be a lot of napkins on the ground though.
Oh my God. Yeah. I got to get over myself.
That sounds good. Do you play Mario Kart with him?
Oh God, I'm the worst. No,
I'm not.
Nobody should play Mario Kart against Jacob. Nobody should ever play Mario Kart against Jacob.
He should do it professionally. There's probably things for money for that.
He will make you question your reasons for living. Like he's not a mean kid. Yeah. But I mean, when he gets into that, it's like he won't let up. It's like I used to have an uncle when I was a kid. And the first thing he would see you, the first thing he'd do is he'd look for a scab so he could go, hey, does that place hurt? That's the way Jacob is with Mario Kart. When he finds a weakness, like he just like bananas peels you over and over and he's so mean.
Timothy, what's up? Timothy Wolf. How's it going, man? Thanks for being here. Have you seen any of his books before?
I haven't.
Yeah, he writes some grimdark stuff. It's pretty good.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, you should check it out.
The indie scene is amazing. The indie scene is crazy.
Bards and Books is here. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Do a buddy read with Jacob.
Yeah. Bring it on, Goosebond. Be there.
Oh, yes, I agree here. When you were playing Elden Ring, that was a special time.
Look.
I've never seen you get so angry.
I was toned down. You should see me when I used to literally play. Used to play a lot of games, and I would get so mad, and I would throw the controller, and I'd yell at Jacob, and laced with profanity. When I get to these parts that I couldn't do, you do it. I can't get past the guy with. Oh my God.
I suck at that game, dude. I enjoyed seeing someone else be just as bad as me.
I'm horrible. I'm so bad at games. But I used to love them. It's
me too.
You know, it's such an interesting way to do a narrative, right? It's such an interesting way to do a story, the interactive, and it's like, but it seems to me like they're kind of moving away from story and moving more to the grind, you know? I know. It's an open world. It takes 500 hours.
I know. It's just, it's too, well, and for somebody like you and probably me too, when everything has to be just okay, like when you have 50,000 side missions, like
it drives me crazy.
I know. Like I'm walking around, somebody's crying, they need help. I can't just leave.
I can't just walk by. What kind of guy am I if I do that? And it's like you turn on the map, and it's like I'll spend the first hour counting the red dots. Okay, how many do I have left here? Know. And it's like it takes you and then you had no life. It takes you forever.
I know.
You got to re-meet your wife all over again because you've stopped the Templars. And then I'm convinced it's like if it's an open world and it takes that long,
right?
Like, doesn't your story get watered down? Like, have a narrative with a point that drives. Right. It's like maybe 8 to 12 hours. It'll get It's like that's.
I miss those games.
I love those games, and they're rare now.
I know. Did you play the newer God of War games at all?
I played all the God of War games.
Oh, those are awesome, aren't they?
Those are amazing.
The dad stuff in those is so good.
Yeah. I played those, and then I played it when they weren't quite as PC back in the,
Oh yeah, those ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I played those too.
Yeah. So I played all the God of War games. Those are great.
Yeah, those are good.
But you could learn one combo. Like I'm horrible, but you could learn one combo in God of War. And if your timing's all right, you'll be okay.
You'll be, yep. It's true.
Like I completed Ninja Gaiden Black because I learned the flying swallow combo. If your timing was good and you knew that combo, you'd be all right.
That's
you could
pretty
get through.
Impressive. I didn't beat that one. Yes, I did not beat that one. That's impressive.
I died a lot. That was when I was playing a lot, though. Now I don't. I haven't played in so long. Everyone has seen the results of what I look like.
What happens?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's go back in time then, because something I want to know. So let's go back to when Little John.
Oh my God.
Was what got you into like fantasy and reading and all this kind of stuff when you were a kid? I know you were really into superheroes and comics and stuff, but
yeah,
like reading books and fantasy, like what was some of your earliest memories with that?
I remember some of the earliest. I remember running home from school with my sister to make it in time to see the Star Trek rerun.
Okay.
And that was huge for me. Like Captain Kirk was huge for me.
Oh yeah.
That was like my first. I think that was my first hero.
That's
and,
cool.
And we were in a very very small town. There's like 2,000 people in the whole town. Very small.
Oh yeah, that's pretty small.
Yeah, yeah. There's like my graduating class was like 48 people.
What?
Yeah. My high school graduating class was 48 people.
Oh dang.
So yeah, very small. So that was kind of I would run home and it's like to watch Captain Kirk, and that was my first big hero. And then when I got a little bit older, we had a library, and they would take you to the library. And I think, I think I started discovering. My dad got me like a book of Greek myths, and I got really into that for a good while.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my parents, he likes to read, he likes stories, they would drive me into San Antonio to a bookstore. If we were going for some other reason, we'd go to the big city, and they would always have money and time to take me to a bookstore. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember. I can't remember the first thing was either T.H. White's Sword in the Stone or Chronicles of Narnia or The Hobbit.
Oh yeah,
like all those were kind of
those are all great ones,
all mashed together. And then when I kind of got into 8th, 9th grade into high school, I discovered Stephen King, and it was all over from there.
You were in.
I was all horror all the time.
What was your first Stephen King book you're in?
I can't remember exactly, but it's like I can see the covers. It was either like Firestarter, Dead Zone, or Shining. Like I see those covers.
Ooh, nice.
And I know those were some of the first ones I picked up. Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome, man. That makes me think of something. So I love Stephen King, but I haven't actually read a lot of his stuff because I know, but listen, this is why. Because my older brother was a huge Stephen King fan, so he read all the books, but I was like younger, so I wasn't quite reading those yet. Yeah. But I would watch. He would always then watch like the movies or the TV series, and I'd watch those with him. Yeah. So I've seen almost all the Stephen King stuff, and I'm somebody that I have a hard time. I don't know about you, but like I can read something and then I'm pumped to watch the thing based on it. But if I watch something first, I have a hard time reading the book.
Here's the thing. Like you got none of it probably. Like there's
I know.
There's some great adaptations, like Shawshank.
Yeah. I did read Shawshank. I did read that.
Stand By Me.
Okay.
There's been some great adaptations.
Yeah.
And then there have been some amazingly artful they're great films. But like The Shining, Kubrick is an amazing filmmaker. I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's an amazing film. Mm-hmm. It's not a good adaptation. You can go back and read that book, and you're not gonna like, I've seen every one of these beats of this story, and I know what the ending is. You are not gonna know what the ending is.
Right.
Because you teamed up somebody, no matter how the deck is stacked against the light from the dark side. Right. Stephen King is always somewhat of an optimistic guy. Like the light, it's always going to tip back to the light side by the end. Now you team him up with somebody that maybe have a much more cynical view of the human race, like Stanley Kubrick.
Right.
You get an entirely different ending because it's not going to bend back towards the light by the end.
That's
so
true.
It's a different experience. So even though you think you've seen these adaptations, I don't think you've got the story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I read it. And there's something from the book that's not in the movie.
Oh, sure, in any of the adaptations. But and there have been some good flick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean none of it has. There's so much that's not that. There's so much in that book that's not in the flick.
I know. Yeah. So someday,
dude, you got to get into it. You got to get into it.
So many things, John.
I feel you. I feel your pain.
There's so many good things, and then once you start reading indie stuff, it's really like,
forget it, right? Like, I know, like
a whole new realm.
I don't understand how I can read somewhere between, and I mean, I know it's not a lot for BookTube. People read a lot more than me on BookTube, and hats off to them, man. It's amazing. But like, I'll read somewhere between 6 and 8 books a month, depending on how many pages and length and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's impressive.
I still can't
make a dent in your TV.
I still can't make a dent. I still can't get to what I really want to get to.
No,
like
I know. Do you ever look around, like, because you get big book hauls too? You ever just look around your shelves and you're like, oh gosh, I just want to read all these things.
It drives me. It's.
I know.
I say it drives me crazy, but you know what? It's my happy place. to be surrounded by story and to have this kind of stack and collection where you can just, what's that? What did my Patreons vote this month, or what have I just heard about, or and it's like it's probably on the stack. You can run, pick it up, and try it. Like, I mean, how lucky are we? That's amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Brian says he can't wait for you to be simultaneously reading all of these things. Though that would be crazy.
It's gonna happen.
That's true, like, but not all at once. I mean, you'll be going through them all, but you won't be reading all 3 books at once.
Probably not the same.
You only focus on one.
I don't know.
The same month, right?
And then not the same. I could throw in a Realm of the Elderlings when I'm doing something else.
That's true. That's
like
true.
I'm committed to doing a War and Light and Shadow book every other month, starting in January.
Oh yeah, yep.
So that's going to start in January. February, I'm going to do Gardens of the Moon.
Are you? Okay.
Like I'm going to start it.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm doing one every other month from there. I don't know.
Right,
I'm going to see how that hits me.
Okay.
I'm going to see how much that bogs the wheels. I'm going to see how much lubricant I have to bring in to get the wheels spinning again. So I don't know. I'm going to see. But what if I love it? What if I just have to get right back to it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I have no idea.
I don't. Me neither. Did you get the broken binding ones?
I did.
So did I.
I had to.
I do. They're just so pretty.
Damn, they're so pretty. They're so.
And when you haven't read it, it's like, I mean, I'm gonna read it anyway. I gotta get these.
I have to get these.
Oh,
I had the first one because I found it in a used bookshop, like in a.
So did I.
Yeah.
Just like I've got the one with the castle or whatever on it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's the one I had.
With the Michael Whalen cover.
Yep.
But I mean, that's another one. Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. Like I want to start that in 2025. I want to start.
Oh yeah.
Prince of Nothing in 2025. I want to start.
Me too.
Jade War, Greenbone Saga in 2025.
Speaking the same language. Those are all on my one to start in 2025.
I watched your series. It's like it's almost cut and paste from what I put out there, right?
Right.
And my thing is like I was reading horror or scripts like for so many years, I have so much to catch up. Like when I started BookTube, I had no idea who Brandon Sanderson was. Never heard the name.
Right. Yeah.
I had no idea who that was.
Yeah.
I know. So I'm like 2 books away from being caught up.
That's awesome, man.
In December it'll be 3 books, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
So I mean, I'm making a dent, but it's slow.
I know. I know. I never heard of them either before I found BookTube, and then I read Mistborn Era 1, Elantris, and Warbreaker now, and then I'm on Way of Kings. But
how's Way of Kings hitting you?
Good. It's really good.
Like how far in are you?
I think like 300 pages out of 1,000. So
and that seems
like a ways to go.
Yeah, it's like not even a dent.
I know. It's like nothing when you look at where you're at.
Kaladin's journey in that first book.
Oh man,
it's awesome.
It's so good. It's so good.
You got such good stuff coming your way.
Oh, I'm excited. I know. It's awesome. Oh man. So you talked about when you started BookTube. I've always been interested a little bit in that too. So tell me a little bit about like when you discovered BookTube, just watching it, and then when you started to think like, hey, maybe I'll give this a try. Like, how did that all go?
It was, what it was? I would look up to. I'm old, so when I wanted to find a book recommendation, I would go to the Google, and I would do best horror 2019 or whatever year it was.
Oh yeah.
Here's a book from this website or GQ or Goodreads or and I would look at those lists and I'd read the synopsis and I go, well, that sounds interesting. I think I want, I'll do that. And I would write down the title on a Post-it, I'd stick that in my wallet and I'd stick my wallet in my hip pocket and I'd go down to the bookstore and I'd buy that book and I'd come home and I'd read it and I go, well, that's not what I wanted at all. Like I'm just not happy. I'm not happy. I was just not happy with the reads I was getting, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then I don't know how it first came to me. I said, you know what? I think there's this thing called BookTube. I'm gonna see, and I Googled BookTube.
Yeah.
And it said, and I Googled like horror, sci-fi, fantasy BookTube.
Right.
And the first person that came up was Mike's book reviews. So I was
Mm-hmm.
all right, let me see if this does any better. So the amazing thing is what I discovered was it's like, look, we don't have taste testers or critics like Frank Rich used to be for the New York Times that would tell us and the hoi polloi what show you have to catch and what's good and what's bad and what to say. It's like now you just find people that you connect with like you would a friend down the road that loves the same stuff you do. And I started to realize, man, these books are hitting every time. Like what I hear about and the way he describes it, and I go to there and pick it up, and that's it. Like that's the read I wanted, right?
Right. Yeah.
So then I started, what are these other people? And you just start finding, you go down a rabbit hole and you find more and more and more people. And then the just like you, I'm sure, the thing hits you like, well, dude, I want to be in on this. Yeah. Like I've got a face hole. I can talk about what I'm reading. Why can't I be talking about what? Maybe I could maybe I could talk to these guys about what I'm reading. Right. Maybe we could talk back and forth. That would be the coolest thing ever, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And I talked to my kid and I said, look, how hard would it be? Could you what? And he's like, I'll build you a channel. Like you want a channel? Like he just graduated college in electronic media.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So he's like, I'll build you a channel. What do you want me to do? What do you want to do? Like, well, we'll come up with some ideas and stuff. So it's like we just did it together.
That's awesome.
And I would have never done it without him. I'm so tech. Right. I'm a tech idiot. I'm a Luddite. I'm an entire tech idiot. Like I can't. People make fun of. Like I have this computer in my pocket, which is more powerful than what they went to the moon with. Right.
Right.
And if I schedule something, I've got a calendar over there. I get a pen and write it down on. If I want to remember a book, I get my Trapper Keeper and I open it up.
Trapper Keeper,
dude.
Oh man, I haven't seen one of those in forever.
Come on,
that's awesome. Look at that design on there. That is sick.
So I open this up and I write down what book I want to put on the list.
That's incredible.
So I do not do tech at all. So if not for Jacob, I would have never done anything.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'd say you're doing a good job since you moved out, though. You're making it work.
I'm having the best time. Like you could knock me over with a feather. Like seriously, I thought, dude, well, you know what? Pie in the sky, right? Mm-hmm. You think we could get a couple hundred people,
right?
That we could hang out and talk books with? Like that wasn't our starting place. That was our end goal. That was, that was all what we wanted to do. So now, and I couldn't tell you how many subscribers we have for $1 million. I don't know, but it's like I know it's way more than anyone should be watching. I can't. All I know is I got amazing people to talk books with. Mm-hmm. It's changed my life. I'm sleeping better. I'm happier. Stories back in my life. Before it was like. I was getting story, but I was like getting it from doom scrolling or maybe watching too much news and I still try and keep up what's going on, but it's like not to an obsessive level.
Oh yeah. Right.
And sure. Dude, it's made all the difference for my happiness.
Oh yeah. 100% agree. Like I used to have a regular X account and all that, and now I don't even barely go on it because the BookTube one is just way more positive, Everybody's just hyping each other up and is excited, and it's just so much fun.
Not only did I not have any of those accounts, like X or Goodreads or any, I would pull my soapbox out and set it down and get up on it and go, it's the death of the town square. No one's looking at each other in the eye. Right. Nobody's talking to you. That's why they can be so mean, because they're faceless. They're not talking to you. This is why society's crumbling. Yeah. I was a technological Lorax. This is what's happening. So, and then now fast forward to it's like I got like a channel and everything. It's like, but this community has made me completely change my mind about all that.
Oh yeah, I agree, 100%. Brian said that's an excellent vlog title, Live from My Face Hole.
Yeah. Run with that, Brian. Trademark that.
That's right. And John just said that was a great description of BookTube. Why people get into it. You don't expect to go big. You just get into it because you love it.
Yeah.
You want to talk books, talk story.
Look, go read books.
I just saw that.
Gardens of the Moon, Dead House Gates this month because he couldn't.
I know.
What if that happens? What if that happens to us? What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Like, I did not expect to have like a Robin Hobb book every month for the next 3 months, and here I am.
And here you are. I know.
Yeah.
It just pulls you in.
Dude, I'm so happy about it. She's
Oh.
she's so awesome. I can't wait for you to get started.
Oh, I know. I probably won't wait. I'll probably do it before the end of the year because I've been wanting to do it for so long.
Well, dude, we got to sync up on some stuff because so many of our list is like the same.
I know. We got to get them at the same time.
Yeah.
And then maybe that'll help me just read one book per week because that's what you're doing.
We'll set
Instead
up
of dabbling.
We'll set up a set. All right, Triple B, we're meeting on this day.
Yes.
We got to be able to talk about it. And if you're not going to be that guy in the back of the room, like,
Right.
no, I did it. Really, I swear, I did.
Yeah.
I feel a lot like what that guy said.
Yeah, that part that was good. Yeah,
you'll have to read it. You'll have to read it.
Oh man, I'm excited. How far are you in? You said halfway through the second one right now?
Yeah, I try. Like, how much do you try and read a day? Do you have a goal or?
I try to read. I don't know. I usually try to read like 5,200 pages, something like that. More if I can, but I mean, I try to at least do that.
Your kids are.
Well, I've got 4. Well,
oh my oldest, gosh.
Well, my oldest is at college now, so she's not home. She's at college. But
congratulations.
I've got,
what's she studying?
She is in her second year, so she definitely wants to help people. She started in social work, and now she's kind of moved into like she wants to do. She wants to help kids that have been through like trauma. So she wants to do kind of like counseling and stuff like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So pretty cool. I'm
you must be really proud.
Very. She's doing awesome. Yeah. I actually just got her. We got her a new car because she moves home for the summer because college is like 3 hours away. So she came back home. She was home all summer, and then like 3 days before she was supposed to go back to college, she ended up going to visit a friend at night, and she hit a deer with her car.
Oh my gosh!
And totaled it. She was fine. The deer walked away, but the car did not survive. So then
that's so scary, though.
I know, she was scared. She had never really been in an accident before. So that was something. And I went and got her, and then for like a month, she and it was funny too because last year she would stay at college and just come home for like holidays or like if she had events. But she started dating someone that lives around here. So now she wants to come home every weekend.
Oh yeah. See, but that's awesome though.
It is. And they're very nice, so I'm happy. But I would go pick her up every Friday after work, and it's like a 3-hour drive. And then I would drive her back there on Sunday night. So like 6 hours on Friday, 6 hours. So I'm glad we finally got her a car.
This is really familiar because we did the same thing for Jacob. He went like 2 hours up the road, and he would come home every other weekend. So it's like you're spending 4 hours driving up and back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
8 hours because you got to take him back. It's like, but I wouldn't have traded 1 second. You got to.
Oh yeah, I love the talks because normally when your kids get to be that age, like they're hanging out with their friends and they don't want to sit and talk to you, but she had to because.
They're stuck in the car. But isn't that? I'm telling you, I don't know. We beat the curve somehow, man, because our kids still talk to us. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
I was telling Jacob, like when I was his age, I had no time for my parents. Like I couldn't. I had a countdown clock of when I could get out of the house. Like it was. it was serious.
Do you think that it was like that for us because we didn't have all this, technology and stuff to keep us entertained? You think it was because we were a little more bored at home, so we wanted to get out and go do stuff?
Were we at home? I was never at home.
I know that's true.
Like
I guess you could still read and stuff back then, and
sure, but
still wanted to be outside.
I would leave the house in summer somewhere between 7:38 in the morning, and I wouldn't come back until when the street lights come on. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like
it's a different world now.
He would never leave the house.
No, mine wouldn't either. No.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
So I don't know. I was just ready to get out. I had stuff to do.
Places to go, people to see. Yeah. Right.
I thought I did.
Oh man. All right. So, real quick, I just saw Brian said, the deer went on to write a series of short fiction. We'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. That'll hit all of our TBRs in a couple months.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So you've talked on your channel. Sometimes you talk about your theater background, how you ran a comic book shop. So like, just walk me through however much you want to. I would love to hear about, like when you started out as an adult, like kind of what you did for a career and how you got into theater and all that stuff.
Well, I knew I wanted to be in theater or an actor since I was, I guess, high school, like freshman year.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I saw. I knew real early. I was just even before that. I was watching actors, and it's like I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And it's not that I came from an artistic, like an artsy family. Like,
right, yeah.
My family just didn't get it. Like, that's not, that's not what people do.
Because I always wondered, but it was just you. You were the first one to like get into that stuff.
Yeah, well, my sister, who was a bit older, we had like, and I'm sure a lot of schools do, not just in Texas, like one-act play competition and stuff.
Okay.
Like you school play, and you go.
Yeah.
Your play is against all the other different schools in the district, and then the best plays go. So she was in that, and she was real good at it. And it's like I would watch that, and it's like I would watch. Jack Nicholson was. My dad was always very frustrated individual when he was around because all he wanted to do was be an English teacher and teach Shakespeare. That's all he wanted to do his whole life. Okay. And his father made sure he went into the family business, and he was a geologist and worked in the oil fields.
Okay.
He was always extremely unhappy and frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So he was always pushing story on me and that kind of thing, and showing me performances, and it just got under my skin. And I think maybe looking back, maybe it was I was trying to live a life that he would maybe have a little joy from because he had missed what he wanted to do.
Okay.
Maybe that was part. Maybe that's part of it.
Right.
But no, I knew real early. And then I just chased down people. I went to school so I could teach. I went to school so I could learn from particular instructors that I knew at this school or that school, and then
like acting schools.
Yeah. Okay. I spent some time at I think it's Texas State University. It used to be Southwest Texas State University when I was younger.
Okay.
And there was a teacher there that was the last of a class of theater professionals and actors from Mikhail Chekhov, who taught in Russia. And I wanted to go learn from him and learn everything from him. Okay. And then when I moved to LA, there was, I want to go from this person and this. I just kind of pieced a bunch of things together by chasing people down and trying to learn from them and put different tools in my belt and things like that. And you learn from just doing a lot.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So then that was it. And then, I got lucky. I did some work. I was lucky. And
like some paid work you got back then? Mm-hmm. Okay, like what kind of stuff did you do?
I was lucky. I was in some films that I'll never divulge the name of. But it paid, and it got me in the union, and I spent some time on General Hospital, and I was most of it was theater work though. I would get a tour doing musical theater or something like that, and I would quit my job. You asked what kind of job I had. I've had every job you can imagine, because I'd have a job until you would get a tour or something, and then you would quit.
Then you go do that. Yeah,
absolutely. And then it just got everyone, you kind of hit the lottery and you work steadily, or you kind of decide I'm going to do something else. And I decided I was going to come back to my hometown. Or San Antonio, the big city near my hometown, and start my own theater company. That was what I wanted to do. Okay. So I came back and I met my wife, and we got married, and we built a theater company.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. How did you meet your wife again?
So I met my wife. I moved back from LA, and I had all my stuff on my mom's front lawn, because you're going to crash in on your mom until you get.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I was pretty bummed. I was pretty depressed. And my friends were like, hey, come out to the theater. We're doing this play. It's a great role for you. You're going to meet some people. Come hang out with us. We're doing a show. We'll party. Come out. And I was like, yeah, great. No problem. I want to meet people. I'm going to build a company. So yeah, come out. So I went out there to the theater, and it's like the first night. I've got my script here. We're going to read through it, and this woman walks in. And it's like, oh my, it's like time stopped. She was so gorgeous, and she was so talented. She had just done Desdemona and Shakespeare in the Park, and everybody was like, oh, that, oh man, can't believe we got her to do this show and everything. And it's like, so she came and sat down, and we started reading the play, and we were cutting up, and then we just got to be friends doing the show together. And by the time that show closed, we had the closing night party at our apartment because we had moved in together. And
oh my goodness,
we just been together ever since.
That's awesome, dude.
We built the company together and never stopped doing stuff together.
You guys are awesome too. When she's been on, that's so much fun.
Yeah, she's something else, man. Like when we decided to have a kid, and you can't do theater, you can't, like, that's an 80-hour week.
Oh yeah,
if you're opening a show all
that's
the time.
Busy. Right.
So it's like, look, we can't live like this anymore and raise a kid the way we want to raise a kid. So we have to think of different things to do. So she was like, well, I'm still going to do something creative. So she just, I've always wanted to write. So I think I'll just send my stuff in and see if I can get into this, like, one of the best MFA creative writing programs in the country. And it's like, she just gets into that. She's one of those people. It's like, she just, like, scary creative. Like, I like, seriously, I punch so far high above my weight. It's unbelievable.
Don't we all, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's so true, right? It's scary, but it's true. Yeah.
Oh man. I want to say hi to Tyler. Thanks for being here. Said a double dose of Talking Story today.
Yeah.
And then everybody's loving the story. Always makes them smile. Yep.
Yeah.
That is a good story. John said you can tell you guys are soulmates. I agree. I would be utterly lost, man. Absolutely. Oh, Chance says I agree. I think people want to hear more about the family novel.
We're close, man.
Yeah.
We're pretty close. We've got one thread that we think of it as, because it's a novel, but it's a kaleidoscopic narrative. So it's a gathering of stories that kind of dovetail one to another, and create a mosaic of a larger story. And it kind of tells of a Lovecraftian apocalypse in 5 acts. So
sounds so cool.
Yeah, like, it's global. There's all over the world and different things. So we've got one thread that we couldn't quite get the way we wanted it. So we're still dealing with that with the editor, but it's like everything else is just small tweaks and stuff that we're going through. So
kind of says is a Light Cloud Atlas a little? Are they?
I mean,
similar, like how they're connected and stuff.
It's nowhere near as good. I'll say that, because I think David
Let
Mitchell's
us be the judge of that.
David Mitchell's a genius. But I mean, Amy and I both love his work, so I'm not surprised that it's structurally. I'm sure we were absolutely inspired by him. So
I can't wait, man. What's that the whole, like, experience been like doing that with your wife and son like that?
I mean, it's amazing in the way that so much of my life I feel like I just hit the lottery, like, seriously, I just kind of have to pinch myself, because we've just been doing stuff. Like, I met my wife and we built a theater company, a very successful one, actually. San Antonio's the 8th largest city in the country.
Yeah.
They had never had a professional theater company that paid their actors and everyone until we pulled it off and did it. And then now the city has several after we left. So we kind of got to move the needle of theater history in that city, and we got to create together, and we got to have all that passion and love and live together and build something. And then, from there, she went back to school to be a writer, and I opened a comic shop, and we kept building. And now my kid and I, the first thing he did after he got out of college is he wrote a short film that we shot together, and he cast me to be in that. So we did
I
that
watched
together.
that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well done, man.
Yeah. And then he helped me build this channel. And then, we were in lockdown and no one could leave.
Oh, yeah.
So we started working on this story. And here, a couple years later, we're just about done with the book. So, it's crazy and it's bizarre, but at the same time, it's what we've always done.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know how else to act or what else to do.
Yeah.
So it's just what we do together, I guess. But it's like I feel like I've won the lottery to be able to work with my kid and my wife, and they're both so talented. I honestly, I'm just riding coattails most of the time. Like I'm just like, I phone my little part in, and it's like, then hopefully they'll fix it. That's basically what I do.
Throw the idea out there and then make it nice
Yeah.
and pretty now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
man.
guys, if you can do something with this, that'd be great.
Right.
because
Yeah.
This is horrible.
So Chance said, that's what we're looking for. Sounds like a story lover's dream. I agree. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I can't wait for people to see some of Amy's work because she's
Heck yeah.
crazy good.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
They want a lot of people are asking if it's going to be a standalone or series. What are you thinking? Or standalone with series potential?
No, it's definitely we've got it plotted out to 5.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so the 5 parts are 5 books.
No,
5 parts in the first book, but
yeah,
5
in the first, like, it kind of works a bit like, think about Fellowship, right? Where
okay, yeah.
there's something that happens, and then who are these pieces all over that are going to have to come together to address it, right? That's kind of the first book.
Okay.
And it wasn't always like that. When we started writing, we kind of wrote what is end up going to be a lot of book 2 and 3 first, and then we got almost done with it, and we're like, well, this doesn't make sense at all. We can't. Right. we have to back up. We can't just do this. So it's one of those weird things. We learned how to piece it together while we were doing it. So I think it goes up to 5.
Okay. Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Nice. So we'll
see if it's exciting. No one may want book 1, and then we'll see after that.
I feel like it's gonna be. Where are you guys at with because I know where you're at. You're trying to finish it up the writing, but where are you at with like cover design or like coming up with a title or any of that stuff?
They're very close.
Okay.
I don't think we can announce certain things, but
no. You don't have
all
to.
that is being absolutely.
You've been doing that also.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So you're very close then.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer.
Ooh, what's your goal to actually have it out in the wild? What do you think? Best case scenario.
That we're not entirely sure about. We've still got some questions about what are we going to query.
Oh yeah,
and wait to hear Trat. Or are we just going to do this ourselves? In which case everything will be accelerated. So I think that there's still some things to decide there.
Right.
But once we decide, we'll be close and ready to go with whatever is going to happen.
Exciting stuff, man.
Yeah.
I hope
so.
Yeah. Either way it is, right?
Yeah.
To get to work on that book with your family and then see it off. That's just gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's been a dream in that respect.
That's awesome, man. Very, very cool. So let's see. The other thing I wanted to ask about, we talked about the theater. So how did you get into the comic book shop?
Just like we couldn't raise a kid by doing theater anymore.
Yeah.
So
that's what you did next, right?
So that's what I did next. I was like, and I remember it's like we were, we've got a kid. And we were talking, it's like, I've always dreamed of opening like my own comic shop. Like I would love to do this. And I was, at the time, I was a big customer with a sub box at a buddy of mine's comics. He owned a couple of them.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, hey man, have you ever thought about opening another one? Maybe I could partner up with you and we'd open like a new location or something. So it's like, he was like, yeah, man, I'm always ready to open another one. So I went in partners with him and we opened another location. Dang. So that's just what I did to leave theater.
Yeah.
And it was gosh, again, it was just great. It was so amazing. Like I missed that place.
Oh, I
Because
bet.
what I have on BookTube now, I had
Yeah.
there. Like you
Oh
had your
yeah.
regulars, they were
Yeah.
coming in every week. You could talk story all
Yeah.
day, you know. And it's like you made amazing friends, like
Yeah.
that you would go out with after you closed the store and hang out with
Right.
and be friends with for years and years. And so that was just absolutely amazing that I was able to do that.
Ah, that's so cool. Now, you're a Batman guy like me, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Is
my guy.
Batman your favorite?
All time, yeah.
Yeah, same here. Same here. And the Bat family.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
When I was heavy in collecting, I had to buy everything.
No, same here. It got
Like,
dangerous. There was just so many.
oh, because, dude, to do Batman, so it's like you got, Batman,
Yeah.
Detective.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
there's
just
always-
Batman himself.
Just
There's
Batman
so
is
many.
probably about 4 or 5. And then if
Yeah.
you start adding Nightwing and then
Right.
how many
And then all the
Robins are
Robins.
there? I mean, geez.
And then
So,
you got
yeah.
ones in the future, ones in the past. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I know.
Yeah.
And then the villains start getting their own series. And I know.
For me, I've kind of hung back now because I go through spurts. Like I'll start to see, okay, well, this is kind of repeating. This storyline's, once I start to see the storyline starting to repeat, I'll hang back for a few years and I'll come in for when the relaunch and I'll see how that
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
What do you
kinda-
think about the what's it called? The kind of DC's doing was it Absolute? Is that what it's called? Have you seen that? Something like that?
I saw something. They're doing some big thing,
Yeah,
and I
it's
can't
kind of
remember the
like
name of it.
how Marvel did that the alternate whole timeline where
The
Miles
Ultimates?
Morales came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Ultimate.
Ultimate. They're doing that with DC, and it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to see.
We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, nothing beats Batman. Who's your favorite Robin? Some people are talking about that. I just noticed.
I mean, Dick Grayson is,
Yes,
you
me
know,
too.
but I mean, he rocks his Nightwing. So
He does.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I love Nightwing.
Tim Drake was really good.
Yep, Tim Drake was good.
I mean, maybe unpopular. I really dug Damian. I thought Damian
Me too.
I
I
thought
actually
Damian was a
loved-
great Robin.
Yeah, I love that dynamic between them two.
Yeah.
Up until the thing happened, and then I love the interaction between him and Dick Grayson too. That was really
Yeah.
awesome. Like that
But
was
to
all
bring
really
that-
a fun
to
time.
bring that old Elseworld story all the way back and go,
Yeah.
no, it really did happen, and there
Right.
was him and Talia had a kid, and here he is.
Yes.
Like I thought that was just so cool. Like it really
Oh,
did
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I agree. Very good. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Tyler, absolutely.
I was gonna say.
Dude, here's the thing though. Whataburger sold out. Like there's new ownership. And last time I went to how far down south did I went down? I think it was Georgia, and I could hit a Whataburger, and it was not the same. It was not the same. But yes, I do. Up until knowing it's not the same anymore, I miss Whataburger. I miss Whataburger severely. I miss Tex-Mex.
Oh, Tex-Mex.
Oh man, I need some. If I could get some good carne asada or some good. I don't have any good Tex-Mex. Yeah,
I'd say what's your go-to place now then? Where you're at?
For burgers, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a couple good local spots. Like
That's good.
there's a place called Sweet Meadow, and they kind of do a rotating menu.
Okay.
It's a Sweet Meadow Grill, and when they do a burger, it's really, really good. But they don't do it every day, so you got to hit it the right day.
Oh, so it makes it a little more intriguing because you can't get it every time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Wow, all time?
Yeah,
My
like
favorite food?
if you could go and get one thing.
I mean, right now it would be carne asada because I haven't had it in years.
Thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean Tex-Mex. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Like fajitas, carne
Oh,
asada,
yeah. Can't go wrong with
enchiladas. I mean, I grew up eating all that.
That's so
That's
good.
that's my comfort food. That and it's like Southern food. This like in tons of butter,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
biscuits and gravy and chicken fried
stuff.
steak. And,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Chicken fried steak. Oh, that's so good.
all that stuff with like the huge cream gravy
Oh,
all
yeah.
across it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I ate growing up. That's why I'm probably not very healthy.
Hey, same here, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
But yeah, Southern comfort food, Tex-Mex.
Oh.
That is my jam.
Those are good choices. I
Mm-hmm.
agree. Oh man, I like to go to. I mean, it's not as good as like traditional Southern food, but if I go to Cracker Barrel, man, fried chicken or country fried steak with their hash brown casserole covered and smothered. Oh, that's good. I know, but it's still good. It's still good.
Dude. And it's like nothing's the same anymore. When I was young, right, there was a place in San Antonio called the Alamo Cafe. And it was like the best chicken fried steak I'd ever got, right? And I went home, I'm trying to remember how many years ago. It was a good while back. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting chicken fried steak from Alamo Cafe. It's like, it was horrible. It's just, it's everyone now, it's all about the, how can we make every penny off of that plate that we can possibly make,
Exactly.
And it's like, this isn't what it used to be at all. Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah. John agrees. So many things not the same anymore.
Yeah, man. It's so true, John.
Oh. Chances that you got to come up to New York City.
I love going to New York City. Oh yeah, we've been several times because we go up to see a show every now and again.
Yeah, I was gonna say theater.
Yeah, we've got some really good friends that live in like New Jersey that we go and stay with, and then we go into the city several times and see as many shows as we can. So yeah, I've been to New York several times. Yeah,
nice,
love it, love New York. Couldn't live there. I'm a small town guy, but I love visiting.
Right? Yeah, visiting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's your favorite like Broadway show or theater show that you've seen?
I saw and. I think my favorite playwright is currently Martin McDonough.
Okay.
So we went to New York to see Pillow Man, which was his new show when it was when it was just out, and it oh god, it was so good.
Was it?
It was Jeff Goldblum and and Billy Crudup were in it.
Oh, nice.
And oh man, it blew us away. It was so amazing.
Oh, that sounds. What was it about?
Okay, so it starts. It's like think about kind of the vibe of like late '60s, early '70s, in like a Soviet bloc type of place.
Okay.
And there's this writer at a table. It's just like a table, center stage, light.
Okay.
And there's just this writer, and he's like, I'm not quite sure why they brought me in. And these two police officers come in and they start interrogating him. And they say, well, you've written this story about, it's kind of like a fairy tale about a young girl that goes off and gets bloodily killed in this way. And the guy is just really paranoid. And he's like, well, yeah, but I didn't, look, I wasn't trying to say, I'm not representing the state as the monster. I'm not political at all. I mean, it's really a I'm just writing like children's stories with monsters, and it's not about the state is represented in this monster, and that's not what I'm saying. Please don't misunderstand. And as you go further on, you start to realize that murders exactly like the story he's written are happening, and that's why they brought him in.
Oh, wow. That sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. You can get the script from Amazon, I know.
Oh, really?
If you want to order it and read it. Yeah.
That's cool,
but that's like the last Broadway show I saw that really was amazing. Changed me.
Awesome. Thanks for coming, Chance. We'll see you, man. Appreciate you. So, who played the writer that got brought in? Who was that?
Billy Crudup.
Oh, yeah. He's good.
Yeah, he's awesome. And then Jeff Goldblum was one of the interrogators.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just most of the show is those two guys going head to head.
That is cool.
Oh, so good, dude. It was awesome. If you ever get a chance to see that, if you ever get a chance to see any Martin McDonough play, you have to go see any Martin McDonough play you can see.
Oh man, I want to. I go to a lot of stuff like local here. I'm in Michigan. Mm-hmm. There's not a ton of I'm not anywhere near where really big shows happen, but I would love to go to like New York or somewhere like that and see some of these big ones. That would be so cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's a different world.
Oh yeah.
What they do there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually have been going a lot. Me and my wife found this little place like downtown near us, like at the end of this one-way street, but it's an improv place. And they just do improv shows every Friday and Saturday. Oh, that's so much fun, man.
Yeah, I used to love to go to the Groundlings when I lived in LA.
Okay, yeah.
And they were an improv group. And every Thursday, they would have a special guest, just somebody they would bring in to work with the troupe. So, I mean, this is the troupe that, you know, oh my gosh, so many people came from. Yeah, like when Mike Myers left Saturday Night Live and he had a bunch of skits they wouldn't let him do. Like he came to Groundlings Theater and did all the skits that they wouldn't let him do. Or
Did
one
you
Thursday.
see some of those?
Yeah, I went to see that. It was
cool.
Susanna Hoffs was playing musical accompaniment for him from the Bangles, and he did all of his skits. Oh, it was hilarious.
That's
and
awesome.
then, like one Thursday, the special guest was Dan Castellaneta that does the voice of Homer.
Oh yeah,
on The Simpsons. Yeah.
Oh,
So it was always like crazy stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's awesome, man.
Oh man, dude.
Have you ever seen Once?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. Boxing and Fiction, he's awesome. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's got like a radio voice. Like he could do like a radio show or like movie trailers. Like he's got a sweet voice. I'm jealous.
I wish I had that, right?
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Oh man. Thanks for coming. I don't know if you're still in here, man, but we'll see you. Thanks for coming. Book of the New Sun. Have you read that one yet? I know you've talked about it. That's another one someday I'd like to read, but
I'm gonna do that. And here's the thing. I just talked to Christopher Rocchio like Friday, I think.
Yeah. Just last week. Yeah.
So that's one of his favorite all time.
Yeah.
Right? Like he says so much has influenced Sun Eater. So what we're gonna do is Dr. Chase and I are gonna do a read along with Christopher Rocchio.
That is awesome.
So when we read Book of the New Sun, we're gonna, you know, when we do our discussion, it will be Christopher Rocchio with us, leading us through the books, making sure we don't miss anything.
That is amazing.
So I told him, it's like I held up the book when I was interviewing him. I said, "Look, Dr. Chase and I want to read this. We hear all about it, but we need a Sherpa. We need somebody to build a base camp. Make sure we don't get lost. Make sure we see all the sights on the way up the mountain and don't miss anything." And he's like, "Oh, dude, I'll totally do it. I'll totally do that." So so that's coming sometime in 2025. We just got to schedule it.
All right, sweet. I'll keep an eye out because then I'll read it when you do too. Then that would be. I love listening to him go on about books and stuff.
Dude,
like he's such a smart guy.
Like
he's so fun to listen to.
Right? You meet people in life and you're like, dude, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Like he knows stuff.
He does for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man.
Can you believe he wrote Empire of Silence? That first book when he was like 18, 19.
Insane. It's such a beautifully written story. Like I can't imagine at 18 being able to do something like that, you know?
Dude, I was looking for like a mirror out of the way so I could squeeze zits and no one would notice. Like I mean, I had no ability.
Right.
I had nothing going on, you know? Like it was just
oh man.
I see that and it's like, dude, you amaze me. That's crazy.
I know. Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. No way.
Yeah.
Tyler wanted to know, I have not seen Sunset Limited. Have you? Cormac McCarthy wrote the play? Wow.
No, wow.
I never even heard of the movie.
I did meet Tommy Lee Jones once.
What? You met him? Get out of here.
No. He lives in San Antonio or outside. And his kids go to school where a friend of mine teaches.
Okay.
And when he first, he was doing a show. He was bringing in actors from LA to do the show, but the actors were showing up later. So he was rehearsing the show and staging it with kind of local actors until his friends got there from LA to really do the show. Right?
Yeah. Right.
So he hired a friend of mine that I did a tour with to come in and be one of these people so he could get the show up before his friends got there.
Yeah.
And my friend tells this story. It's like one day, so Tommy Lee was directing, right? And one day somebody was not there. So Tommy Lee Jones, he's just like, I'll sit in and read for somebody while they're not here. And so my buddy was sitting here and Tommy Lee was sitting here, and it's like, I think the line was something like, "Are you gonna hog that all day?" And it's like, my friend is like, "Look, I've heard this line 500 times. Like, I've been in rehearsal for weeks at this
Right.
point."
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was so real. Like, we sat down, and Tommy Lee sat down next to me. It's like, "You gonna hog that all day?" And Don
That's
just
pretty
went, and Don just like picked up his coffee and went, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you want this?" And it's like completely forgot that why he was there.
Right,
He just was like, thought he wanted his coffee.
Right. He's like, it's because it was so good. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And Tommy Lee Jones like, "Get your head out of your ass, Cass." He says it was like a different level. Like everything that came out of his mouth was just so real, like so unbelievable.
Dude.
So then I met him one night at a restaurant. We were out after a show. He was there, and we went over and shook his hand. It was like, that kind of thing. He did not like being bothered.
Oh, no. Yeah. No. So that was a real quick interaction.
It was very quick. It was very, very quick. Yeah.
You didn't have a marker ready to have him sign your shirt or something?
Oh no, he didn't know.
You could tell you didn't want to ask him that.
I could tell he was not up for all that. Some lady actually went up to talk to him. It's like, he was not happy to be bothered.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I know that's always the worry when you see a celebrity. Like I haven't seen many, but like at a sporting event, I've seen a couple, and like I just don't go up because I'm like, they're probably just trying to enjoy the game. Like,
right? Like I'm
like
the same.
if I was like walking right past them, maybe I'd say, hey, but
yeah,
I know. I'm sure they get hounded everywhere they go.
Yeah, I bet it's got to be a weird life, right?
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
That's
we
wild.
jumped in there. We jumped in there real quick and then got out.
And then got in and out, in and out.
Yep, in and out.
You
But I
shook
met
his
Tim.
hand.
We met Tim Duncan. We met David
nice.
Robinson. We met Coach Pop. It was great. We had a great time. We had a great time living there.
That's awesome, man. So yeah, sports. You got your Spurs shirt on. We kind of talked about this a little before. You still basketball and the Spurs are still like the main sport you follow, right?
That's my thing. That's what I grew up.
Yeah.
Like I grew up watching the Iceman. Like the Spurs have been my team forever. Like that's I live and die by the Spurs. And for so long, right? Like we were like, we crumble.
Right.
We always crumble. We get close, but we always crumble. And then we got Timmy D, and we got Manu, and we got we had Tony, we had the big
Tony
three.
Parker, yeah.
And we had we had the glory years. But I can't wait to this new kid. We'll see what happens.
I know I think he's gonna be good, man. He's
nuts.
He's a freak, yeah.
He's a freak.
He's an athletic freak for sure.
He is a phenom for sure. But the night I met Tim Duncan it was after a game. And I didn't get to watch the game because we were at the theater doing a show. And, after a show, you can't just go home and go to bed. You're kind of wired. Yeah. So we went out to eat, and it's like the only place that was open was TGI Fridays, right? So it's like, we'll go to TGI Fridays, and we'll grab something before we go home. And so we were in there, and Tim Duncan walks in after the game. Because he was still just a college. He's like his first year in the NBA. Right. He's still living like a college kid. Him and all his friends are going to Fridays. Like he's not living.
It's just wild to think like he's a millionaire probably at that point, but he's just
but he's just still living like a college kid.
Yeah.
So he's sitting in the table right behind us.
Oh, you got it.
Right, and I missed the game because I was at the theater. So I just leaned back and I went, "Hey, Timmy, did we win tonight?" And he went,
You did not. You did.
I did. And he went, "Yeah, we won." I was like, "All right, awesome, thank you." And then I sat back, and I was there with Amy, and she was like, "What are you doing?"
Do not do it.
And I was like, "What? He was there. He was in the game. He knows.
He's hanging out at. He knows better than anybody.
Yeah, he's hanging out at Fridays.
Right.
So that was my moment meeting Tim Duncan.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Tyler said you got to try to get Wimby on Talking Story.
Dude, I took my shot. I tried to send a direct message.
Fantasy books, right? Doesn't he read Brando Sando? Right?
Oh, he's all in on Brando Sando. He's like, I'm reading this before the game, and this is my thing right now. So, cool. So it's like I tried to send him a direct message, which I'm sure his people. Yeah. I'm sure
going through 50 people before we ever get to him. Yeah,
exactly. So I tried to say, hey, if you ever want to talk about Stormlight on a YouTube channel, I come, with a Spurs fan. hang out with me. I'm never gonna do anything.
Did you
but
get
I tried.
Like an automated response or nothing?
I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. Not even an automated.
Can you imagine how sweet that would be, though? That'd
Oh
be
my
so
God!
fun.
I would love to talk to that kid. That would be amazing.
He seems like an interesting guy for sure.
Oh man, he's from everything I read, he's just completely.
Oh yeah.
Level-headed.
Yes. Yeah.
Home in bed by this point. Won't even go out to eat if it's going to be past a time or anything, you know. Yeah, yeah.
Josh says you should send him a written note.
Hey, maybe if I had an address, maybe I should.
I know,
actually,
right?
yeah. Yeah, this is so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely not getting past anybody, John.
Right.
It's never going to happen.
They're like, no way, that would be so bad for his public image. We can't let him go.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
wait a minute. You're appearing where?
Yeah,
what? What? With who?
And
Why?
then he shows them a video, and it's who knows which one. Probably you talking about getting a tingle or something.
Oh, right. I'm going on with this guy. No, you're not.
No, you are not.
You're absolutely not going on with this guy.
Oh, man.
But no, I did. I tried to send a direct message.
That's awesome, man.
No.
I'm glad you took your shot. What's the worst? Nothing happens, right?
That's what I figured. What's the worst? And that's exactly what happened.
Well, I'm a big Pistons fan, so I remember those Spurs teams very well because they kind of.
Dude,
you guys beat us twice.
There was some showdowns.
There was. Those were good series.
There was some showdowns. Like I've seen Pop interviewed, and he still says, "I don't know how we beat the Pistons."
They were a fun team to watch. That just going to work, big superstar. They just all worked together, and they were.
That was in the day, man, when it was blue collar, lunch pail. Like you didn't go in the lane without picking yourself up. Like it was a different NBA.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, man. I know. I do miss. Those were some fun days.
Yeah.
Now they want the scores to get up there, so you can barely foul anyone, or you can't play defense without fouling.
Oh, forget it. You can't play defense. Like they want the scores 130, 140, 150. That's what they want. Yeah,
that's what they want. And traveling hardly gets called.
I mean,
they remember 6 steps.
Remember those series, those Spurs Pistons series?
Mm-hmm.
Final scores would be in the 80s.
Yeah. They wouldn't even hit 100. Yeah.
No. They'd be 86 to 80. I mean, the finals.
Oh yeah, they were just grinding games,
and they would just be bruised and battered. Yeah. Oh, it's such a different world.
It was 100%. Yeah, good stuff. Man,
we're old.
Yes, we are. That's true. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's right.
Jordan's never wrong.
That's right. Oh man. Let's see. I don't know if I can think of any. I think I asked you all my things that I wanted to ask you.
It has been amazing. It has been amazing.
This has been so much fun, man. I really appreciate you coming on.
Look, 100%. I get so thrilled when someone asks me because, I'm not kidding around. The whole reason I started this was to hang out and meet people and talk about books and make relationships. Like this is beyond all of the end game that I hoped for, So it's just so special to me, man, that you asked me and that you're doing what you're doing and you're out there and we can hang out and be friends and it's freaking awesome. And everyone in the chat, it's amazing because I know so many people in this chat. There's some I can't wait to get to know better, but it's like it's like having a group, it's having a tribe, and it's just been completely transformational for me.
100% agree, man. It's amazing. It's like you said, it's life changing. Before, like you don't even have to get to where you could get monetized. Like I'm not even close, but it's just already been awesome. It's just
and
crazy.
That's
just a perk when you get there.
Honestly, that's a perk. It helps you pay for books.
To get more books.
Yeah, exactly. Quite honestly, like people are like, wow. How you get to, it's like, it's a little bit of a book allowance. Yeah, exactly. Really.
You don't have to budget into your regular budget. You can just count on having it.
And it's amazing. It's such just a stroke of kindness that you get to that point where it can be that way.
Right. Right. When you're just doing something you love anyway. Right.
Yeah, but if any of us were building this to really
Oh yeah.
make money,
Right.
we should really have serious questions for ourselves.
Yes. Should be doing something different than books, right?
I mean, think about it. To have content to talk about, you're
Right.
reading how many hours a month?
Oh, I know.
So it's
The work you put in, it does. Yeah, it doesn't.
yeah, you better love reading. You
Yes.
better love
Right.
this, or there's no other reason
No.
to do it
Exactly.
at all. Yeah.
Right. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I will let you get back to your night. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. Appreciate it. I didn't even realize. I was thinking it just been about an hour. It's going on an hour and a half. That's
Dude,
how much
I'm
fun
telling
is
you,
talking
it
to
goes
you.
like that. It goes like
does.
that.
It
Yeah.
flies. Oh man,
I love it, man. These are the funnest things.
they are. They're a blast. I love it. All right. Well, everybody, as I always say, until I see you in the next one, devour those TBRs. Be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. Jazz hands.
Jazz
Keep 'em
hands.
chasing. Woo! See you, everybody.